What's going on, YouTube family? We want to share a little bit of a, I guess, personal video. We're gonna confess our crimes. We are gonna share a little bit of our drastic shift in lifestyle. That is not that drastic, but for a lot of people from the outside looking in, it seems very drastic, and for people that we know as well, who have seen our lifestyle change from being, YouTube influencers, doing events, making a bunch of money online, doing all these crazy things, to now settling down in Catherine's little village that she grew up in, having a bunch of kids who are very loud and amazing, and living on below average income, which is a big difference from where we were before, making a lot of money compared to now. And Catherine might be very, very sad about that situation. Sometimes she does wish that her husband made a little bit more, but it'll come, Catherine. It'll come at some point. Just need to win the lotto first. But yeah, so our life is very different from before, right? We travel way less. That's one thing, right?
That's one massive thing.
yeah, and that is something that we used to do a lot. And I think that's also a lot to do with the fact that we have 3 children now, right?
Yeah, but I think it's mainly due to money, right?
Okay, it's the income as well.
Because
it is expensive.
You can travel with kids, no problem.
Yeah.
But it is expensive.
Yeah, it's way more expensive.
Like traveling has gotten a lot more expensive the last few years as well.
Yeah.
Like flights and tickets and everything.
And all our kids are over 2 years old, which means everyone has to book their own seats on the plane. So you're looking at like 6,000 euros or 7,000 US dollars for us to travel, even quite short distances. So it's pricey to travel. And when you're living on a below average income, that is pretty much impossible to afford. And at the same time, a lot of things have stayed quite similar. So I would say our focus in general in life of staying healthy, choosing quality foods, not cutting corners in terms of reducing costs in buying organic food when we have the option for that, which in Norway is not that often. There's not that much organic food here compared to a lot of places like Spain. But we do not cut any costs in our children's health in terms of diet and that kind of stuff. So we're still spending almost all of our money, our income. I'm guessing like 80% of it goes towards food, actually.
A lot of food and gas for the car.
Yeah.
Food mainly, because we don't really go shopping for other stuff.
No. As you can tell, Catherine's been wearing the same clothes for 10 years now. And this as well.
I haven't prioritized buying clothes for myself.
Yeah,
that's true.
and I haven't cut my hair in years as well because it's too expensive. No, I'm joking. Catherine actually,
used to cut your hair.
Catherine started getting very good at cutting my hair, but I'm going for a new look right now. So there are things we have to be very, very aware and conscious about in terms of spending compared to before. Before, we used to buy anything. We never looked at the price of anything, whether it's expensive camera equipment, expensive trips, holidays, 5-star hotels, villas, Airbnbs, all kinds of stuff. We didn't even, think too much about the price. But now we have to, really make sure that we don't go over budget. And so there are many things that we can't really purchase, and at the same time, most of those things are not really needs. It's just like things that you would buy just because you have the extra money to do so. It's not an essential part of life. A new accessory, a new watch, a new phone case, the newest iPhone, etc. Those things are not really needs. They're just material wants and desires that most of us humans have, as we're brought up and taught to appreciate these things and value these things above the most important things, which is love, connection, being in the present moment, in the presence of Mother Nature, the Almighty Creator, and each other. Those are the most important things, and those things are absolutely free. We can get by with way less than we even imagined was possible, and even other people who live on normal incomes or even, you know, slightly below average incomes don't understand how we are able to get by, because we actually spend quite a lot less money than a lot of people do, because we're very conscious about what we're spending on.
We save money by feeding our kids.
Yeah, we save
things.
We just eat grass. That's how we get by with so little. So our secret is now exposed. In Norway and most places in the West at this point have 2 incomes per household, which obviously helps boost the average income in the household. We choose to only have 1 income or 1 person working, which is me.
Yeah.
I'm doing all the work, and you are doing all the work that
At
is,
home. Yeah.
you know, raising children, cooking, housekeeping. Not that I don't do any of that at all, but that's your main focus. It's not really a job, it's not work, it's just...
And we do that because that's like one of our biggest values, is staying home with our kids and spending time with them, instead of sending them to daycare. And to do that, we have to live simply. We
choose to live, you know, a more traditional, more old-fashioned lifestyle where Catherine's home, and that's her wish. It's not because I'm a misogynist or something, but it is better, like, because she wants to do it. I feel like, you know, that's the right thing to do by our kids as well. Not that it's wrong to send your kids to daycare or anything like that, but if we have the choice, and that is what Catherine wants, that's what the kids want, that's what I want, we obviously want to opt for that. And I'm doing everything I can to make that a reality, make that a possibility, by working jobs that I normally wouldn't work to make that happen, and making sure that we don't need to sacrifice our biggest values in life because of financial strain. So rather than, you know, sending them off to daycare and being on 2 jobs, 2 incomes, Catherine has to start working just so we can have more holidays, vacations, more clothes, etc. We choose to sacrifice those things that are not really sacrifices, and then we're able to spend a lot more time with the kids, raise them in the way that we see is correct, and not outsource everything to the schools, etc., and just live the way that we want to. And of course, we would love to make more money, and we will be making more money, or I will. But it's not been the reality in the past couple of years, or quite a long time actually at this point, probably like four years. We've just been reproducing, having more kids, and especially when the kids are so young and we've had them very tightly after each other. It's felt for me as well that it hasn't been a time to go for a business venture or to try to make a lot more money and sacrifice those amazing first years of life of every child. But at the same time, we do want more abundance.
Yeah.
Catherine wants to travel a lot more.
Yeah, definitely. That's something that I miss.
Yeah, Catherine misses that. She has more of a need than me on that side. I do love traveling as well, but maybe because I grew up traveling non-stop, I don't have that as much of a need. But the freedom in general, right?
Yeah,
like,
just freedom in general, being able to travel somewhere if we want to, whenever we want to.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, so that's obviously something that we will work towards and are working towards. And in the meantime, the most important thing is to appreciate life the way and at the stage you're in right now. And sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes we really notice the financial strain or the limitations of our current situation, and it can get frustrating sometimes.
I feel like that happens more often because here in Norway sometimes the weather is really bad for long periods of time.
Yeah.
So you stay indoors for more, so you stay more indoors, and the more you stay indoors, the more depressing it is, I think. And then you start thinking that you want to go somewhere or travel or do things, and then you feel limited, and then
Yeah, of course.
But if you just go out, then it always feels better.
Yeah, if you just immerse yourself in what's most important, which is love, being in each other's presence, and enjoying this miracle that we have of being alive, then At the end of the day, all these troubles, all these things that we feel like we're missing dissipate until it rains again and then they come back.